Shit, for real.
Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave.
Shalom.
Shalom!
Shalom to everybody in class. Shalom to everybody online. Welcome again to another live class. We're here at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas. For those of you local, y'all know the address. Everybody online, check out your screen. We got all our different locations right there on the screen, different locations and the different times that they have class. Just some quick announcements. We have an upcoming feast, which is the Feast of Pentecost. So May the 15th at sundown. So that's a Saturday. So May the 15th at sundown, we will be observing the Feast of Pentecost. If you want to be a part of that, feel free to join us. Okay, if you're local. Got a few other things. We have a few different ways to catch us online. We have an assortment of different channels: 5 Minutes of Wisdom, the Hidden Truth Bible Show, Israelite Media Corps, Kids Class, which is live every Sunday at 1 p.m. Okay, we got the Blog Talk Radio. So make sure you like, share, subscribe to those different outlets. The majority of them are on YouTube. The Blog Talk Radio is a podcast. Okay, so you can catch a lot of old classes from San Antonio, from Albuquerque. Okay, on that podcast. We got a few. If you need to reach a teacher, you can reach me at 303-557-8979. Feel free to call, text. Text only during class. You can contact Priest Kazakia. His number is 757-300-4047. It's text only during class, but you can feel free to give him a call, give him a text with any questions, comments, concerns that you may have. We got a few businesses. First one is Israelwear, and you can hit the sisters up on Israelwear. They make custom garments, everything that you guys see us wear, headbands, the shirts, the armbands, they make them. So anything that you may want that's custom, they more than likely can get that going for you. All right, you just gotta go on Israelwear, put in your request. We also have the fringed up subscription. Okay, that's where you get you can do two things: a shirt and a headband, or just the shirt. Like right now, I got on the shirt with the matching headband. It's $75. For just the shirt, it's $35. Okay, so that's a monthly subscription that you can sign up for on Israelwear, the fringed up section. We also have another business, which is Sweet Ambiance. All right, and this is where we get your oils, aromatherapeutic, body, fragrant oils, all natural oils, body butters, soaps, all natural products for the skin and for your home, for your car. All right, you can check us out at www.sweetambiance.com, and you can check us out there. One last thing, we got Hebrew Academy. We got Hebrew Academy Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Monday in Rochester, Tuesday here in Houston, Wednesday in Virginia. If you're local, you want to be a part of that, please let us know. You come on through. That Hebrew Academy is important. because we do more than just yell and scream the Bible. You actually get to learn how to break the Bible down, how to explain and teach other people. And there's a few other things that we go through for the brothers. The Hebrew Academy is for brothers. So we go through a lot in that Hebrew Academy just to get brothers standard in all zones at a higher level. All right, so if you're local, you want to be a part of that Hebrew Academy. If you're you consider yourself an Israelite man, a man of the Most High, it'd be in your best interest. All right, come on through for that Hebrew Academy. Push yourself, take yourself to the next limit, or to the next level. Excuse me. Any donations that y'all want to give, y'all know how to do that already. All right, for anybody new, if you like to give anything, feel free. You can mail whatever you like to any one of the schools, not just this one. Again, we got this, VA, San Antonio locations. So anything you want to send, books, pens, papers, anything you'd like to give, we'll be glad to receive it. And and I know Kazak said this a couple of classes ago, and I got to say it more. If any of y'all need some help out there with anything, let us know. That way we can do our part to give back. The scriptures say when you give alms, you store up for the day of your death. So we can't just be looking to receive, and not be put in a position to give. So if we got it, we definitely want to help out. All right. So let us know if y'all need anything also on the flip side, and we'll be glad to try to help brothers and sisters out. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't got to be money. It could be whatever you need. Just let us know. If we could facilitate, we'll try to facilitate. All right. And y'all have the ways to do that: the Google Wallet, the Wells Fargo. You can Zelle. You can mail things. All right. So, did I cover everything? How could I not? How could I miss anything? Same thing every week, right? So, I had this topic I wanted to go into, and I haven't titled it yet. I guess you could title this one you can title this one I don't know what the title is. Just leave it with no title for now, and I'll get it while we go. First scripture I want somebody to go to is 1 Samuel 17 and 47. And I don't want to tell you what we're going to go over either, but I do want to go over these bulk of scriptures. And we've been over this topic before, and just don't want to give it away with the title. But go to 1 Samuel 17 and 47. And again, just another reminder to brothers and sisters that we have to examine what's in us. We got to examine what's around us. The only way the Most High does his job is if we're not letting the things that are naturally in man, naturally in us, right? Naturally, that natural brute beast, if we don't let those things supersede and take over. So the Most High has a job that he does towards us, just like we got a job to do towards him, right? Khan? So who thinks they know what that job is that the Most High has, that he does towards us? What does the Most High do for us? Trick question. What does he do for us?
Pretty much everything.
You got the trick. If you would have named one or the other, yeah, the Most High does everything for us. The Most High literally does it all, right? Whether you see it or whether you don't, he does everything. And sometimes we try to do things, or we have certain things about us where we stop the Most High from doing his job. Now, one of the main things I want to talk to in this, just in this, yeah, oh yeah, he definitely chastised us, right? He's good for that. He definitely know how to break that whip, right? Especially when you got a lot of hard-headed, when your heritage is hard-headed and rebellious and stubborn, that whip is going to be cracking, right? So he definitely, and sometimes it seems like that's all it is, right? Like, damn, man, we just getting our backs beat in, right? We just getting that rod of correction day in, day out. Where is the reprieve, right? Where's the intermission? Like, damn, right? Lord, give me a sign, right? When are we gonna get the oppressor off our neck? When are we gonna get some justice? When are we gonna get back the things that were wrongfully stripped from us? I know that'd be a thought in everybody's head. Listen, I was sitting around today, man, and I was just like, wow, it ain't never gonna end, is it? It just, for some reason, it just hit me like, it feels like this ain't never gonna end. Like, this is just gonna be a perpetual, and you know, what I was looking at was, and I'm sure y'all heard about it, the George Floyd, they came with the verdict, guilty. But then not after that, 48 hours later, what do? They kill another black man. Oh yeah. Right? 2 if I'm mistaken. But y'all heard about the one they shot up in I forgot where it was, but they shot up his car. He tried to drive off and they shot the car up. Yeah. And the bullet hit him in the back of the head, and they're saying it was like an execution. Yeah, it's like they'll give you a guilty verdict, but then 2 days later they'll come back and just shoot you again. And it's like, it null and voids that guilty verdict, right? So sometimes it just feels like, man, is this fight ever going to end? Are we ever going to get on top? And, you know, sometimes looking at that is the wrong way to... Then you got to come back to reality and say, well, have we done enough to get on top? No, we haven't. We have a lot more chastisement to be had, because we got a lot of stiff people, and there's a lot more growth that we need as a nation. There's a lot of things we got to get up off of us for the Most High to do His part, right? So read 1 Samuel 17 and verse 47.
1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 47.
Right.
And all this assembly shall know that the Most High saveth not,
right,
with sword,
right,
and spear,
right.
For the battle is the Most High.
The battle is what?
Is the Most High.
Right. And the reason why I started here, this bulk of scriptures, I want to show and highlight that it doesn't matter what battle we get into. It doesn't matter what fight it is. It's telling us right here whose fight it is. The battle is whose? Read it again.
For the battle is the Most High.
Right, the battle is the Most High's. This is His fight. This is His wars. These are His battles. Now, we're the key components in the battles, right? Because the Most High ain't going to come down and start fighting. He's going to use man. He's going to use man to wage war. He's going to use man to win or lose. Right? But read it one more time.
And all this assembly shall know,
right,
that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear.
Right. Now, when you read the context of this story, this is when what? David was getting ready to go to war against Goliath. Right? Now, David, the man, is going into battle. This is one-on-one, David and Goliath. What does the Lord have to do with this? Well, everything. What does the Most High do for us? Everything. Including fighting our battles to the point where you got this 7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot Goliath versus this boy David, and what did he beat him with?
A slingshot.
Yeah, a few smooth stones, and a well positioned throw, a well positioned sling, boom, right to the forehead. Right. Read it again.
And all this assembly shall know,
right,
that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear.
Go ahead. So it's not about the weapons of your warfare. He don't save with sword and spear. The enemy can have all the weapons in the world. They can have all the guns, right? Esau, his blessing is the sword. And he got a shiny new one for you every week. He got ones that bend around the corner, right? He got the ones that armor pierce.
Right.
He got the heat-seeking bullets, right? He got the rhino bullet. He got the tank-stopping bullets, and that's just from a gun.
Right.
He got the 50 cal, right? The millimeter, the 56 millimeters rounds, and the elephant stopper, the rhino stopper, rounds this big coming from a shotgun. So what can we do with that? Well, we can barely, as a people, unify. So it's not about weapons. It's not about spear and sword. Go ahead.
For the battle is the Most High's.
Right.
And he will give you into our hands.
Right. And the Most High, his job, what he loves to do is give. He loves to give that opponent into your hand. You see that? Go from there. Go to Exodus 14. Yeah, Exodus 14 and 13.
Exodus chapter 14, verse 13.
Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not.
Right, so Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not. Go ahead.
Stand still.
Hey, he said, do what?
Stand still.
Hey, well, hold on. The enemy is rushing towards us. They outnumber us. Because it wasn't that Israel's predicament in every battle. We were always sorely outnumbered, right? They were always bigger than us. They always were they outgunned us, outmanned us.
More ferocious.
They were more ferocious, right? We were coming out of being docile, especially at this time. We ain't fought no war in 400 years. So we coming out of this docile state, but Moses is commanding the people to just stand still, don't move. Don't move your bodies and don't move your minds. Go ahead.
And see.
And what?
And see.
Read.
The salvation of the Most High.
Because that's what he loves to do. He loves to save his people. All you got to do is go back to the 10 plagues. We didn't lift a finger. We didn't lift a finger that whole time. And the Most High destroyed a nation for our sake. Go ahead.
Which he will show you today.
Right.
For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today,
right,
ye shall see them again no more forever.
Right. Now, this is when our backs were against the wall, and the Egyptians were what?
Chasing us.
So they had the Egyptians on one side, and they had the sea on the other side. So it was either we run into the Egyptians and get speared up, or we run into the Red Sea and drown.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, we were stuck between a rock and a hard place with nowhere to run. But Moses says, stand still. Just stand here. Watch. Watch what I do. Something's going to happen. Who parted the Red Sea?
The Most High through Moses.
The Most High through Moses, right? And that wasn't the only time that happened. It wasn't the only time that happened. But the point is that the Most High, yes, we end up in these predicaments, right? These situations where it's time to go to war. It's time to fight. And yes, you do have to fight to an extent. You do have to put your mind in a certain position for you to overcome, right? We do have to overcome our battles. But I guess the question would be, and I want to throw this out early and then let y'all just sit on it. Why doesn't some of us overcome in the time? Read on.
The Most High shall fight for you.
Go ahead.
And ye shall hold your peace.
Right, you see that? The Lord will fight for you. And ye shall hold your peace. Go to 2 Chronicles 32. And all I'm doing is just going and highlighting a lot of instances through our history where the Most High said, chill, I got y'all. It's all good. Don't worry. You ain't gotta lift a finger. Now, I could throw in some other situations, right? The walls of Jericho. Right? The walls of Jericho, we didn't have to fight. There was another story in Joshua where the Most High had us rattle some pots and pans. He just had us make noise. And what happened? The enemy hopped up. I think it was the Philistines. They hopped up and started poking each other.
Yeah.
They hopped up, got scared, started killing each other. We looked down on the mountains like, oh, that's what y'all on? Because it's not about shield and buckler. It's not about sword and spear. Now, I want you to read
2 Chronicles 32 and
32 and 7.
2 Chronicles chapter 32 verse 7.
Go ahead.
Be strong.
He said do what?
Be strong.
Go ahead.
And courageous.
Right, so what strength is he talking about? If it's not about my weaponry, if it's not about a shield and a buckler or a shield and a spear, what strength is he speaking of?
Faith.
Faith. What else? Obadiah.
I was going to say, on the lines of faith, but that the Most High is that strength for them, that He's going to get them through the battles, the wars, and win them on their behalf or for them.
Right, right. And both of y'all are right. I like her answer because it's a little bit more of the strength that you're supposed to have. Where, yes, you're right, it is the Most High, but what about the Most High? Well, I got to have faith. I got to have belief. I got to have hope. Right? I have to be strong in those things. I got to be strong in my convictions that when the Most High says to just be still, that He's going to appear and wipe cats out. I got to be strong that when the Most High sends 300 men to go fight 250,000, we going to win. I have to be strong that when the Most High says to apply a certain method to my life, and even though against all odds it doesn't look like it's going to work, but if I just stay faithful in the method, that I'm going to win, I'm going to come out on top. That's the strength, that fortitude, that being rooted. Do me a favor, do this. That, yeah, come right there. Come right here by the door. That being rooted, I got to be strong in that mental strength. See, a lot of us have physical brute beast strength, but mentally, where are you?
Weak.
A lot of us are weak mentally. We let pressure, the pressures of the world, the pressures of our families, we let peer pressure. You can't be 50 years old and be in peer pressure out of doing the right thing according to the Lord. You can't be 40 and 50 and the peer pressure got to me. Right? Because it shows a lack of mental fortitude. So, he said, be strong, be courageous. Go ahead.
Be not afraid.
Read.
Nor dismayed.
And sometimes that's all the Most High wants. He just wants to see how, he said the righteous stand bold as a lion. Right? Sometimes he just wants to see how bold you're going to stand. How bold am I going to stand up? You know when they say I'm going to stand on my square? How bold am I going to stand on my square and just stand there? Looks can be intimidating, right? And even if you just look a certain way, certain people don't mess with you. If you think a certain way, certain spirits can't attach to you. And sometimes that's all the Most High wants to see from us. And He'll handle the rest. Right? He just wants to see a level of fortitude mentally. He wants to see a spiritual soundness that no matter, you know, sometimes we could sit back and the human mind likes to try to predict, right? And foresee sometimes things that are not even there. And you'll psych yourself out because it appears that it's going to be too hard. Or it appears that it's going to be too difficult. And sometimes it's not even that. It's just not even letting those simple thoughts come to you, because when I put it in my head that things are too difficult or too hard, what does that automatically diminish? What does that diminish about? When you oh, it's too hard. Oh, I can't do it. What does that diminish? What's that?
It diminishes your faith in actually achieving it.
Yeah, it diminishes your faith. It diminishes your forward momentum in how you're going to attack certain things.
Right.
So now you're no longer on the offensive, but you're on
Retreat.
Yeah, not even the defensive. You're on the retreat. You're running away. Where sometimes it's neither offense or defense. It's just stand there and believe. Now, I didn't throw this in there. Go to read on.
Be not afraid,
Right.
nor dismayed for the king of Assyria,
Right.
nor for all the multitude that is with him.
Right. Because at this time, remember, these are historical references. It was Assyria, Ammon, and I believe Moab that was coming after us. Go ahead.
For there be more with us than with him.
It says what?
For there be more with us than with him.
But in this case, it wasn't true. In this case, there was more bodies with those three cities, those three nations, than there was with us. Go ahead.
With him is an arm of flesh.
You see that? It says, with him, with Assyria, right? Assyria being the adversary. So let's switch Assyria to adversary. With your adversary, there's an arm of flesh. And it doesn't matter what that adversary is at the time. It could be the damn nation at your job that is just picking on you because they want to. They have that power. Right? Or it could just be our oppressor as a whole. Anything that's your adversary, what are they rolling with is what the scripture is saying. Well, they're rolling in the flesh. Right? So with him is an arm of flesh. But I think a lot of the times you look at that arm and he got that Popeye arm, right? He got them big swole forearms. He got them Arnold Schwarzenegger shoulders. Right? You ever see The Rock's back? Y'all ever see The Rock's back? Go Google you a picture of The Rock's back. That dude's back looks like a tow truck. It's crazy. This dude's back is retarded. And I'm using The Rock because he's like one of the biggest guys in the world that you can think of. Imagine that dude coming at you, and you're like, wow, he's going to destroy me, right? But it's flesh. And sometimes we look at flesh and we give flesh too much credit. We give flesh the upper hand because of the appearance. And we forget that it's the spirit that quickeneth, and the flesh profiteth nothing. St. John 6:63, right? We forget that the Most High is the author and the controller of the spirit and the flesh. So he can manipulate that flesh and break it down. Boom, just like that. Goliath, right? If David would have seen Goliath and ran off, it would have showed that the spirit didn't quicken in David. And that flesh was stronger, but we know it's always mind over matter. Or it should be. Go ahead, read on.
But with us,
right,
is the Lord our power,
right,
to help us,
right,
and to fight our battles.
He's going to do what?
Fight our battles.
Right. The Lord is going to not just help us, but he said he's going to fight our battles. He's going to fight, literally fight your battles. Go ahead.
And the people rested themselves upon the words of Hezekiah, king of Judah.
Right. And there was another one that I didn't put in. It's actually my favorite. It's in Maccabees. It's in Maccabees. We're not going to get to it because it's long. But from there, go to 2 Chronicles. So is everybody kind of with me right now? Yeah, The Rock's back, man. That's not even the one. He's been bulking up. It's crazy. This dude is so big. It's retarded. Like, he just gets bigger with age.
He eats like 7 meals a day. Full course
Yeah,
meals.
15,000 calories.
Yeah.
Imagine going to war with a man like that. Abadiah.
Can we use as a precept to this Proverbs 3:26?
Hold it, because I'm gonna be in that chapter. But no, you know what? Go there real quick. Go to Proverbs 3:26. Somebody else give me 2 Timothy 1 verse 7.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 26.
What does it say?
For the Lord shall be thy confidence.
Right.
And shall keep thy foot from being taken.
Right. And that goes right along with what we're hitting. The Most High should be our confidence. Not the weaponry, not the shield, not the buckler, not your guns, not your fighting skills. Even David had to say, Blessed be the Lord that teacheth my hands to war.
Yeah.
Right?
I love that scripture.
The Most High had to teach David how to go to war. You see that? Now, David could have resorted to his own tactics and just went out there and died and lost many a battle. There's plenty of times David went out to war and didn't lose not one man. There's plenty of times Israel went out to war. Think about that. You go out to war with 8,000 men and all 8,000 come back alive? Come on, man. That's some phenomenal numbers. But where does the mind have to be at? Read that 1 Timothy 1 and verse 7. Is that what I wanted? 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Yeah, 2 Timothy 1 and 7. Read that.
2 Timothy 1, verse 7.
Right?
For God has not given us the spirit of fear.
Right, so obviously going to these physical wars, you couldn't move with a spirit of fear. So if I couldn't be fearful in the spirit in these physical wars, how much more if the weapons of our warfare are not carnal but mighty? How much more now can I not be fearful? How much more do I got to stand firm? Go ahead.
But of power.
But of what?
But of power.
Yeah. What power has he given us? It ain't my left hook power. It's not that power. He said the word of the Lord is quick and powerful. He gave us that word. Go ahead.
And the love.
Read.
And of a sound mind.
Right, and this is what I wanted to get to, was the sound mind. He gave us the ability to be sound in the mind, that when he says he's going to fight it, he's going to fight it. When he says he's going to be there, he's going to be there. Where you at?
Me, sir?
Yeah.
I was at the Proverbs. I also have the second Chronicles.
To 2015?
2015. Sure.
Did you finish up 2 Chronicles 32? Read 2 Chronicles 32 and verse 8 one more time.
2 Chronicles chapter 32 verse 8.
Right?
With him is an arm of flesh.
Right. So this is the reminder, man, that with the adversary, with anything that we fight against, that's flesh, bro. Go ahead.
But with us is the Lord our power.
But with us is the Spirit. With us is the Word, the power to pull down strongholds and anything that exhorts itself against the Lord. Go ahead.
To help us and to fight our battles.
Right. Not only to be there. You know how you got that coach? It's like, yeah, duck. You know, your boxing coach, your trainer.
Yeah.
They in the ring boxing and all he can say is duck. Keep your hand up. The Most High is the trainer. He's in there boxing with you.
Right.
He's literally ducking for you.
Right.
Duck. He's pushing you out the way. Don't get hit. He's pushing you to the left. Move your head. Right? He's pulling you back. Oh, got him. That's what the Most High is doing for us. Go to 2 Chronicles.
20 and 15?
Chapter 20 and verse 15. Did you finish that one?
Yes.
No, that's it on that. Go to 2 Chronicles 20 and 15.
2 Chronicles.
Right?
Chapter 20 verse 15.
Right?
And he said, hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem,
Right?
and thou King Jehoshaphat.
Right. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Most High unto you, be not afraid, nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude.
Right?
For the battle is not yours.
See that? The Bible keeps reiterating itself. And like I said, there's another one in Maccabees where it said that he exalted them not with weapons of war and things like that, but he exalted them in this battle through the law.
Right, that's like second Maccabees.
You see that? It wasn't about their weaponry and their shields. He reminded them of the Most High and the law. And that's what pushed them in this fight. But it's saying right here, read it one more time.
And he said, hearken ye, all Judah,
Right.
and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem,
Go ahead.
and thou King Jehoshaphat.
Right.
Thus saith the Most High unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed,
Right.
by reason of this great multitude.
Go ahead.
For the battle is not yours.
See, this is what we always have to realize. And this is a very important, I'm going to come back to this scripture, but the battle ain't yours. What does it mean by that? Well, honestly, you have no power. You have no power against your enemies to wage physical war, and the only spirit you can control is your own. You can't go out there and wage spiritual war. The only way you can wage spiritual war is to keep your spirit tight. Y'all get that? So the battle is always going to be around us.
So I have a question with that.
Mm-hmm.
What if you're dealing with someone that doesn't believe in the scripture, and they don't believe that the Most High truly controls everything?
Right?
Because isn't he doing that to show his sovereignty, his power, his omnipotence? But we believe that.
Right?
But when you have individuals that don't believe that he controls everything, like how do you get that understanding to them that, that you didn't do this on your own. You didn't make nothing happen. You didn't,
You can't, you know what I've been learning? Is that you can't make a person see what you want them to see. One man plant, one man water. The Most High will give them that increase to be able to see what it is he wants them to see. So, in that, it's really about what is the Most High bringing that individual through for them to see. You see that? Because that's what he does. That's why there are battles and wars and all these things we deal with. Because he's bringing you through these things like us. All of us in here, we all got tenure up in here. Ain't nobody new, right? So if you were in a battle, if you went through something spiritually, and it wasn't your first battle, what's the Most High trying to work on? Well, no. It don't gotta be. See, it don't have to be pride. It don't have to be pride. It can be him just reaffirming your faith through battles. It doesn't have to be oh yeah, you off. Catch this trial and tribulation. Right? It could be, you know what? Let me reaffirm this person's faith. Let me reaffirm this person's belief. Let me do like how I did Job. Remember my servant Job? Right? Is he not one that's upright and eschews evil? Well, nah, he only doing that because you protected him, Lord. Okay, well, guess what? Go ahead and touch him and see what's up. I'm going to prove to you that it's not about that. And the Most High does this, and this is certain cases. Everyone goes through different things at different times for different reasons. You see, but in the case of the person you're speaking of, the Most High would have to bring them through whatever it is that he wants to bring them through for them to see it. And it's really up to that person to see it or not. Right? Think about it. Before we all got into the truth, didn't we see things that kind of was truth orient, that was rooted in the truth, but we just kind of just didn't get it?
Right, yep.
And we kind of just overlooked it and was like, oh, let me go about my day. Right? And he kept throwing little, he kept throwing little crumbs out there.
Breadcrumbs?
Little crumbs to lead you. Right? And you might have, I don't get that, but you know what? Let me pick that crumb up. I missed that crumb. I didn't see that one. And then but for some reason you kept following down this path, and then boom, you're here. You were able to see what the Most High wanted to show you, but only the Most High can make you see. You see that? So we can't do it, and really, the things that we go through, who puts us through what we go through? Who sets the stage? The Most High, right? He sets, and this is why he said it. This is why he said the battle is mine. Not only do I fight the war, but I create the stage. I create the arena that I want to put you in to be able to test certain things in every man. Everyone has different gifts and virtues that, how do I refine you? Well, I got to put you to the test. So each battle is catered to each individual's virtue or lack thereof. If I'm lacking in humility, I'm going to go through a battle of humility, where now I got to exercise that attribute, right? If I'm going through a lack of long suffering, He's going to put me in an arena. He's going to tailor make an arena to my situation where now I got to long suffer like a mug. Right? And I may not catch it right away, but after a while, I'm like, I get it now. I see it. But some people are quicker than others at pinpointing what is the Most High trying to show me. Some people don't see it for years. That's why they keep catching. They keep catching the same battle. It's funny, they'll go through the same battle for years, right? And they'll keep repeating the same cycle. And then they finally, the light bulb, bing, and they're like, oh, dang, that's what you've been trying to show me this whole time? Okay, you beat that. Now, the next step, the next stage in the development. Because think about it, what is it all for? It's all to make us better, right? It's all to purge and reprove us, right? Sis?
I was going to say, because if you are in a situation and if you've experienced it before, you tend to, like if you know the stove is hot,
Yep.
you're going to make sure, like, I don't want to get burned again.
Right.
So a lot of times, you know, it can be just the fear and the doubt, and that will cause fear that will make you turn and tuck your tail and run, because, like, I don't want to get burned again. But, you know, when you have faith and you say that I believe, the Most High will, you know, put you in those situations where it's kind of like, I know you know, you may feel this way, you may have this kind of spirit going on, but if you keep following, if you keep trusting me, you know, I'll show you, you know, everything will be okay. But I think a lot of times, I know for me, it will be doubt or fear because of
Whatever.
going through the same,
Go-
whatever.
yeah.
And so, you know, I mean, it is milestones to it.
Mhm.
You don't understand it. Kind of like when I was in nursing school, it was kind of like whatever you thought you would erase it, just be a blank canvas. And we would learn these things about how the body works if everybody's looking at each other like we don't know what the heck.
We thought we learned
talking
something.
about.
We thought we learned something in biology. And you get to med school and it's like, whoa,
And it
yeah.
wasn't until probably the end of the program where everything was like, oh, so that's why
Starts
we had
clicking.
to do the medicine that way, because we had to take this for that.
Yeah.
And then it started making sense, but a lot of people got out of the program or they failed, things like that, but it was the ones who knew it until the end.
Yep. Who got the full circle of understanding of why things went the way they went. So even that, the long suffering, right? But again, it's going to be different for everybody. Where we at? I mean, did that kind of answer your question, Abadiah? Where we at? Read on.
2 Chronicles,
Right.
chapter 20, verse 15.
And Bakar, that's close, but that ain't it. The one that I want, y'all could just write it down. It's actually 2 Maccabees 15 and verse 17 down to about 27. Yeah, it's a real good chapter, but it goes right along with what we've been talking about. And there's a reason why I'm highlighting these stories. There's a reason why I'm highlighting these stories, because I want to remind brothers and sisters that when we get in any predicament, really, the Most High, He'll get you out of it. He'll get you out of it, right? Read where you at.
For the battle is not yours,
Go ahead.
but the Most High.
Read.
Tomorrow go ye down against them.
Right, that's it on that. The battle is not yours, but it's the Most High's. He sets the stage. He puts the tailor-made adversary to be able to invoke in each and every one of us whatever it needs, whatever needs to be pulled out of us, man. But it's how you look at things, right? Because you might go through something and think like, man, this is the worst thing in the world. Why do I gotta feel this pain? No chastisement for the present is joyous, but grievous, right?
Can I get something on that, sir? Exactly that point you just made?
Go ahead.
1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 12.
Right?
Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right. And he already told us that it was going to be fire. He already told us it was going to get hot. He already told us that he was going every son that he received, he scourged. He already told us that Yahweh Shai was going to prove us with the Holy Spirit and with fire. So thinking not strange, the fiery trial. And in this fiery trial, there was a certain operation. Now, I wanted to remind y'all of those scriptures. That wasn't even really the class. Here we go. right? That wasn't really the class. That was a reminder for brothers and sisters that the Most High will do for you. He will sort it out. He told Moses told the people, stand still, I got you. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. So I want you to go to Joshua chapter 6 and verse 18. As we get into the class, right? I want you to go to Joshua 6 and verse 18. And let's talk about why. Let's talk about being accursed. Anybody know what that's going into? Being accursed or the accursed thing? Well, let's read about it. And if you be patient, right, you'll understand why I went to the first part, right? And how it all ties in. Because it does all tie in. Joshua 6:18.
Joshua chapter 6, verse 18.
Right?
And ye, and any wise, keep yourselves from the accursed thing.
Right? He said, so this is the Most High reminding Joshua and the people. They were going to go out in battle to fight against Ai, the city of ruin. And he reminded them, he said, keep yourself from the accursed thing. Right? There were certain items that were consecrated to the Most High already. He said, keep yourself from the accursed thing. Now, the accursed thing, when you look that up, the definition of accursed thing is something made to be destroyed. Go ahead.
Lest you make yourselves accursed.
Go ahead.
When ye take of the accursed thing.
Read.
And make the camp of Yasharallah.
So not just yourself, but who?
Yasharallah.
Go ahead.
A curse.
Right. Go to Joshua 7 and verse 1.
Joshua.
So the Most High gave us the warning in Joshua. And we constantly give the warning. We constantly warn ourselves. We constantly do the Ezekiel, the watchman. Nah, sis, don't do that. Nah, bro. Nah, don't do that. Nah. Right? Follow that man. He got it. Right? Listen, the word of the Most High, have faith. Right? We constantly be our brothers and sisters keeper, the watchman. Go ahead.
Joshua chapter 7 verse 1.
Right.
But the children of Yasharallah committed a trespass.
Right, so no matter how much warning, it says what?
The children of Israel committed a trespass.
We somehow find a way to trespass against the Lord. We somehow find a way to disannul the warning and disregard and don't take heed. Read.
And the accursed thing.
Right.
For Achan the son of Carmi.
Right.
The son of Zebdi.
Right.
The son of Zerah.
Right.
Of the tribe of Judah. Took of the accursed thing.
He did what?
Took of the accursed thing.
Right, now we know the accursed thing that he took was a wedge of gold, some silver, and a Babylonish. It said he found a goodly Babylonish garment.
Yeah.
When you read into Josephus, it says it was a garment that was overlaid and weaving with gold. So this was like a Babylonian priest garment. Right? And he seen that. He was like, oh, I got to have that. That's that Babylonian drip. Right? I got that Babylonian drip.
You see me out here.
Yeah, y'all see it dripping. Right? I'm wet. And a wedge of gold? Oh, and some, bruh, balling. Yeah. And I got the gear? Come on. Hit the club tonight. Right? You know how Issachar be stepping to the club? Right? He was ready. So, it was already commanded earlier in the story. You just gotta, I didn't want to go through it because it would have been long. But it was commanded in the story that the gold and the silver were going to be for the temple. The Most High already said it. That's mine. The gold and the silver is for the temple. Now check this out. The coldest part about this, when you read before this story, who knows what happened before this story? The walls of what? Jericho. The walls of Jericho was the war, the battle, right before this story, where Most High commanded us to do what? Who remembers?
Walk.
No, right? Do what? No, go ahead.
Walk around for 7 days.
Okay.
Walk around Jericho 7 days, blowing the trumpet.
Right. So for just a little bit more detail, 6 days we walked around the temple, blowing trumpets. Right. On the 7th day we walked around the temple 6 times, blew the trumpet with the ark, and the walls fell. We didn't lift a finger. We didn't. It wasn't about weapons. It wasn't about guns. It wasn't about how big my arms were. It was walk, right? Blow the trumpet, and do that, and the walls will fall. Now, if I told y'all, oh, you dealing with pride? Oh, just walk around the school 7 times, right? Come to the school 6 days in a row, and walk around the school once and pray. And on the 7th day, I want you to walk around the school 7 times and shout hallelujah. And that pride demon is going to be off y'all. Y'all going to look at me like, man, this nigga, right? This cat's crazy, right? Think about it.
Yeah.
That was the equivalent of what the Most High told them to do. Walk around a city 7 times, make noise, and on the 7th day, walk around 6 times and make more noise.
Right.
And somehow the walls are just going to crumble.
Right.
And then, oh, you know what? When you go in there, take whatever you want. You can take captives. All the spoils are for you, right? I'm going to give y'all all that. Now the next battle, you're going to go in there, you're going to do what you got to do, but the gold, that stuff, the silver, that's what I want. I want that for the temple. Everything else, just wipe it out. Because those were the stipulations.
Right.
So, I wanted to highlight that because obviously we did it, right? Obviously we took what the Most High said and we did it. Yeah. Even as crazy as it may have sounded, we did it, right? Because don't that sound weird? Like, come on. We ain't never did that before. Walk around a city. Right, and all of a sudden, like, the walls of the whole city is just going to fall. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that out is because I want to show y'all such a small thing that we rebelled in, that one man rebelled in, and look how it destroyed. Because the moral of the story for Achan was what? They found out that it was him, and they killed him on the spot. Right. And his family, right? They killed him and his family on the spot.
Caused us to lose a war.
And we lost a war because of that. Because one sinner destroyed much good, right? That's what the Bible says. So we know that the accursed thing that we're dealing with here was physical. Money and gold and garments, right? Tangibles. So, and you don't got to say it out loud, but I want everybody to just think in their own head, what is my accursed thing spiritually? Because we all have them. Nobody here is perfect. Nobody here is above any type of breach, right? Myself included. But I want us to sit back and think, what is my spiritual accursed thing? Where am I like Achan? Not that I'm literally seeking this thing out, but remember, he hid the garment. He hid the gold. Hey, where'd you put it? Oh, I dug it deep. I dug it deep under the tent, cuz. Like, I put that under the tent so deep. When y'all went to go find it, y'all could barely, you know what I'm saying? He put that thing deep. So think about it. What is it that we spiritually bury deep, but not so deep that you can say you killed that old man, but only deep enough to where when it's time, that thing pops up. It's like them bones poking out the grave.
Right.
Right? And you're like, oh, damn, it's the Thriller video? What's going on here? What do y'all think? What are some things? What are some things? What are some accursed spiritual things? What are some of the things that put us in the predicament of Achan? Abadiah.
I would say for me,
And it don't gotta be just, you ain't gotta just whatever, just whatever.
well, because I'm thinking about myself.
Right?
So I would say for me, it would be that holding on to the independent thinking.
Okay, I like that. Independent thinking. I'm gonna show you something about that. That's gonna tie right in. Who else? Who else want to put themselves in the guillotine? Sis.
I guess forgiving myself also makes it hard for me to forgive others.
So you said not forgiving yourself?
I can't forgive myself.
Right, so lack of forgiveness. Right? That's a good one. I didn't even put that one in there. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to slide that one in there. What else? Sis? Honesty hour. What's that? Y'all can put them in the chat too. Woo, Bakar. Huh? Right, double-mindedness. I didn't put that one in there either. That's a good one. What else? There's one that we're going to talk about. I just want to see if y'all are with me in giving these examples. If y'all are understanding where we're going, where we're at in the class. So no answer is going to be wrong. No answer is going to be wrong. So what y'all think? Come on. He said disobedience. Right? What else?
Sir,
Yeah.
being presumptuous.
Presumptuous, right? Having that presumptuous spirit, right? That can lead to a haughty downfall, a quick one too. What else? I mean, I throw one out there, pride, right? I throw another one, envy. Oh, I got a few more, slothful, right? Lust, hate, jealousy, greed, right? What else? Come on. What do y'all deal with? Don't be shy. The deceptiveness, right? Double talking. Some of y'all got that snake tongue. It talks two ways at the same. You're like, what the? Wait, you just said this, but that, right? What else?
Being self-righteous.
Over righteous. Okay. Holier than thou.
Right. Not trying to understand.
Not trying to understand, meaning what? You're not trying to.
It's like somebody can break it down to you really easily,
Right.
but instead of actually listening to them,
Right.
you automatically block what they got to say.
So that goes into what Abadiah was saying, which was, one more time? Independent thinking, right? I'm a one. Faith, JR, lack of faith. I'm a one, confidence. Right? So there's many different things that they're in us, and we try to just bury them in our tent and live with them, right? I'm going to just live with this, but ain't nobody going to know.
Right.
Right? Ain't nobody going to know, right?
Like Rebecca.
Yeah, you try to just sit under it. Can't get up. Nope, I'm unclean. Right? I buried that down there, so y'all ain't going to get to that.
Right.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. And we don't have to get to it. It's getting to you.
Right.
What I want to talk about, and I guess you can now title the class, I want to talk about rebellion. And what Abadiah said, independent thinking, that's a level of rebellion that we try to disguise. Well, I'm an independent thinker. Well, in what case are you an independent thinker? And is it going against the common practice of where you are? See, we can disguise it with different wording, right? I'm just a free spirit. Oh, cool. Okay. Right? I'm an independent thinker.
I paved my own way.
I'm a trailblazer, right? I paved my way. Well, hold on, wait. Jeremiah says, ask for the old paths. 1 Corinthians says, be in one mind, same judgment, right? Speak the same things. So I want somebody to get me. I know we've been over this topic of rebellion a lot. We've been over it a lot. And I'm not going to go to the same run-of-the-mill, rebellion is a sin of witchcraft. We've been through that. I want to show y'all rebellion in a different light. Achan was rebellious. So you could put, is rebellion cursing my house? Or does the spirit of rebellion resonate in my home. I don't know. You could put that. Does the spirit of rebellion and
The accursed thing.
put rebellion. I don't know why my brain can't come with a title for some reason. Right. Rebellion and
The free thinker.
the destruction of my house. If we got to change it, I'll change it. At least y'all know what we're going over, right? So who got a definition for rebellion? I got it. I got two good ones. And I'm going to tell y'all where to go. Go to Google and go to the 1828. Let's just make it streamlined. Right? Remember, the people were commanded to do something that seemed out of the ordinary. They did it with no hesitation, and it worked. Then as soon as they were commanded to basically do the same thing, just on the opposite end, one man said, I don't see the value in that. I ain't going to do that. So not only was he rebellious, but he was a thief because he stole the church's money, right? Miles. What you got?
Rebellion, an open and a vowed renunciation
Right?
of the authority
Right?
of the government to which one owes allegiance.
You see that? It says rebellion is a open and avowed renunciation. I renounce you, government, of the authority of the government which one owes. 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 Keyword owes. Meaning you're indebted to someone, but you openly rebel. Now, let's just, because as a nation we've been rebellious. As a nation Khan, we agree, I'm going to do that. And as a nation, right, we owe the Most High in Christ. All that grace, all that bloodshed, we owe. But we openly say, nah, I ain't doing that. When we, kill each other, do drugs, chase money. When we do and chase the unclean things, we openly say we ain't with the government of God as a nation, right? Now, we're always going to talk about the nation, and we're always going to talk and shrink it down into households and individuals, right? Because the whole nation ain't sitting here. So it says rebellion, open and avowed renunciation of the authority or government to which one owes allegiance. Now, we all owe allegiance to Christ, right? But we also owe allegiance to one another, right? What else we got?
Or the taking of arms,
Right?
traitorously,
Go ahead.
to resist the authority
Right.
of law, to resist the authority of lawful government.
Right, so rebellion is not when you go against evil. Y'all know that, right? That ain't rebellion. You're like, I'm rebelling against evil. No, stop. That's not true rebellion. Rebellion is when you rebel against what's right. That's why they call you a rebel, an outsider, a free thinker. I'm an independent thinker. Nothing wrong with thinking independently, but in what context? And in what situations? And does your independence contingent on, or does your mind state contingent on being this independent thinker always? Some of us are in that mind where, you know what, it's about my thoughts. It's about what I feel and what I want. And if anybody comes and tries to give me give me the opposite end of that, I'm not hearing that. And if it don't go according to the way I feel, I'm going to go against it. I'm going to be openly against it, but I'm also going to be undercover with it. I'm going to say, Khan, Yes, me Lord, all that, right? I'm gonna do all that. Con sis, con elder, right? I'm gonna use right, con priest, right? But inside it's nah. Hold up, what? Wait a minute. As soon as I get the chance to do what's not commanded, the opposite, I'm gonna do that. Because this demon is in me. And it's only buried surface deep. Where, you know, on the surface looking in, oh, she's in there, he's in there, locked in, right? But again, by themselves. When a person gets by themselves, or when a person is left to now apply what's being given to them for their benefit, use it. Well, I'm going to toss what's been given to me to the side, and I'm going to follow my own wisdom. Right? What else we got for rebellion? What you got? All right, I'll read this one. An act of violent or open resistance to an established government or ruler. Right? So what does this rebellion do? Let's deal with a household. What does rebellion do in a house? What's that?
Causes disorder.
Causes disorder. What else?
Can never be on the same page.
Could never be on the same page. What else?
Friction.
Right? What else? It tears down the house, right? Dissension. What else? Y'all are saying everything right. Those are definitely right answers. Chaos. But what if the house ain't chaotic? What if things ain't chaotic in the house and there's rebellion? What's that?
My question is how could it not be? Because the Most High isn't there if you're rebellious and chaotic. Satan is there, but the Most High is not there, which is bringing that peace and that order. So it may not be like mass chaos,
Right.
but there's chaos and dissension, and because Satan is low.
But okay. What if I'm trying to get somewhere and I want y'all to walk with me? What if the chaotic spirit is not an open, violent, just rah, I'm against you, but it's a slow, methodical, point after point, instance after instance, situation after situation, passive spirit.
Passive aggressive.
It's not passive aggressive, it's just passive. And it slides on by. Right? I'm trying to paint this picture of, you ever wake up, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, doesn't it also take away the blessings?
We're gonna get there. You ever wake up, like it's been happening the last 2 days, you wake up, you look out the window, you're like, dang, it's cloudy out here. Right? And you're like, nah, I want it to be sunny. Because the sunshine puts me in a certain type of mood. Right? With that cloud cover, that it puts you in what? It puts you in that dreary, melancholy dross type of gloom. And you're just like, oh, okay, I'll wait for it to pass. See, sometimes the spirits that we deal with, they're not just going to uppercut you right into the face and knock you to the moon. Sometimes they'll just drag on by like those clouds, and they'll put a dross, a dreary spirit in your house where you're just like, man, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to be here. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Right? Because it's not that everyone is being in this rebellious mind. Let's think about it like this. Let's talk about a house. And if you have a wife that she's in there, her mind is locked into the spirit, and her husband, he's the rebellious one. Just think about it. What does that do for the house? But they're not fighting all the time. They're not going back and forth all the time. But think about the atmosphere of the home. Isn't it a cloud that's over that house? Isn't there a level of dreary, dross, pessimistic type of spirit where as soon as you put your big toe in, you're like, whoa, the atmosphere in here is different. Right? You're like, dang, this is different. It feels weird. Y'all see what I'm saying?
It's almost suffocating.
It can be. It can be. And it's a constant gloom where there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Right? For I guess it depends on who's looking in or who's there. But y'all get what I'm saying, right? There's a certain type of feel that can be had in this household. And what that is that's the Most High. Well, no, not the Most High. That's the individual with the Spirit on them that's casting a shadow over their household, or casting a shadow over the school, or casting a shadow over the nation, like in Achan's situation. Did he not cast a shadow over the people to where it was so apparent? The Most High was like, man, you're going to have to cast lots on these fools. We're going to have to figure this out, right? Somebody is doing something wrong. Right? Go to Proverbs 33. Proverbs 3 and verse 33. Salakia. See, a lot of us, man, we walk around in this cursed. We don't get it. We don't think that we are. Why? Because we're breathing and we're eating, and the Most High has given us, you can watch TV, right? You can go to work. You can read your Bible if you want to, right? You can throw on the Bible app if you feel like it. You're moseying on through life, but not really sitting back and saying, wait a minute, what is this spirit that's on me doing for me? Now, we talking about rebellion. Y'all named a whole bunch of other spirits, right? Y'all put yourselves on blast. Yes, sir. It is good. Confess your faults one to another, right? Right. So, if we have rebellion, and then we couple that with all the other things that we're dealing with, just imagine what's going on in each and every person's house. And then when you put that together, you're like, okay, that's the camp. Damn. There's a dark cloud over the camp? Then the camp is part of a nation, and guess what? Ain't no one camp or school or leader better than any other leader. Right? Because we all dealing with stuff. But it's how you deal. Right? So now when we put all these different pieces together, it's like, damn. It's just darkness over the nation. Because of the things that are in us. Read Proverbs 3:33.
Proverbs chapter 3 verse 33.
Read.
The curse of the Most High is in the house of the wicked.
Yeah, but what is that curse? See, we're like, oh, he broke my arm and he crashed my car and he did. Nah, it don't gotta be that. The curse could just be the fact that there's a gloom.
Right.
There's a gloom over that house. There's a gloom over that person's outlook. It don't have to be, what we look at as curses. They're broke. They ain't got no food. That's when the Most High is checking you on one level. But to imagine when there's just a gloomy spirit around. A draw. Yeah, I like the word dross. Because think about gold, and then think about gold when it's not so shiny. It don't look like it's worth anything. Tarnish, right? Silver, tarnish. You like, dang, I gotta get you some silver cleaner. Right? Because silver, when it's at its best, at its shiniest, it's amazing to look at. But when it tarnishes up and it turns black and it get green and lime scale and all that, you're ready to push that to the side. You see that? But imagine a household or a camp or an individual with that dross, that overshadowing of negative on them. Read on.
But he blesseth the habitation of the just.
Right, he said he blessed the habitation of the just. Go to Malachi 2 and verse 2. You know what this dross, you know what it comes from? Remember what we talked about earlier, the Most High fights. The Most High will fight for you. The Most High, the battle is his, right? Remember we talked about that in class? Did we? You know what starts to happen? He stops fighting. And everything starts to become your fight. And literally now you got to sit there and shadow box with demons.
Yeah. By himself.
And you lose. And what it's doing, with every loss, with every blow, it lowers your countenance. It lowers your spirit. And you're not realizing that, wait a minute, if I just do this one, if I just change this one thing, guess what's going to happen? The light is going to poke through the sun. You know when you have in the house, what do they call it? The sun panel?
Right.
It's the little window in the roof where the sun, skylight, right? Your skylight is just covered like somebody painted over it.
Oh, man.
But as soon as I do something different and change certain things about me, oh, wow, there goes the sun. And he starts lighting up that house. Read Malachi 2 and verse 2.
Malachi chapter 2 verse 2.
Go ahead.
If you will not hear.
If you will what?
Not hear.
See, this is the problem. We want to be in the woe is me spirit, right? Oh, woe is me, brother, sister. Whoa, just trying to make it. But why aren't you making it? Why is it now such a fight day to day to get up, do your job for the Most High, do your job for your family? Why is it such a wearisome battle? Well, you made it that way. We make it that way. There was a time you didn't have to fight. Now you're just in there getting beat up. Read on.
And if ye will not lay it to heart.
Right, if you will not hear. See that rebellion? Oh, I don't want to hear that. Oh, okay, well, guess what? Cloud cover. Right? It's going to look like it's going to rain, but it ain't going to rain. This is going to be cloudy. Isn't that what it's been doing the last 4 days, 3 days? It's like, oh, it's going to pour today. And you look and you're like, oh, might as well pack up all the picnic table and go inside. You pack up, go inside, no rain. You're like, what happened? Right?
Right.
You wake up the next day, oh, let me go play some ball, let me go do something outside. Oh, clouds. Oh, pack it on up. You go inside, sit there, thinking it's going to rain. You look out. Where's the rain? At least rain.
Right.
At least do something. Right? But no. It's that dreary. That slow-moving dross. Woe is me. I don't understand. I don't get it. Why can't I overcome and achieve? Sis.
Oh, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
It leaves you stagnant because you never know, what are you going to do? It's kind of like, do you plan? What do you do? It's kind of like, you see, it's like, it's going to rain.
Right.
The sun going to come out, let the sun come out. You want to get on to the next thing. But, yeah, that's what I was saying too. Because it leaves you in a state of, where you have to stay still, do nothing.
Yeah.
Uncertain.
Yeah.
Uncertainty.
Yes.
Double-mindedness.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Read on.
And if you will not lay it to heart.
Right?
To give glory unto my name.
Wow, it's already 8:30. Oh my God. Go ahead.
Saith the Most High of hosts.
Uh-huh.
I will even send a curse upon you.
I will do what?
Send a curse upon you.
Some of us are living cursed day to day and don't even realize it. Again, because we think we're not. Right? Because we're able to get up, we could eat, breathe, sleep, right? Hug your kids, watch a little TV, do the normal everyday, day to day. But how are you doing it? What's around you? What spirits are around you when you're doing the day to day? Go ahead.
And I will curse your blessings.
I will do what?
Curse your blessings.
So even when you do get a little crop to grow up, guess what? Cursed. You eat it got E. coli. Like, damn, man, he made it grow just to get a coli? Right? Just for Ebola to be on my veggies?
Right.
Then he gave me the goodly cattle just for it to have mad cow disease?
Right.
He gave me this blessing just for the blessing to be my downfall?
Right.
That's a tough lesson. Because what you think is a blessing, it comes from rebellion. Well, we think, oh, I'm blessed. Most High is looking out. But you didn't get it the way the Most High said get it. Your mind is not in the place where the Most High said your mind should be. So when you get things, that's where your mind is predicated on things or situations. Right? Read on.
Yea, I have cursed them already.
Yeah, I've already cursed your house. See, you just don't know it. That's what he's telling us. Abadiah.
Circle back to what you just said, when we get things.
When we get things, we don't look at, we all want things, right? Whether it be, let's deal with Achan, right? Whether it be some new clothes or a little money in your pocket. And I'm just dealing with those because that was in the story. Now, he could have went about getting those things in a different way. But he thought that he came up. But what did he come up off of? Being rebellious. So now what did he put in his household? Curses. Right? It wasn't the things that were cursed. How do we know? Well, those things were supposed to be for the Most High. It was the spirit that was on him that made the curse come. You see that? It was the way he went about to handle and do things that made the spirit come in his house and affect the nation. Read on. So he said, I've already cursed them already. Read.
Because you do not lay it to heart.
Because we don't, you know, when you lay it to heart, when a brother, sister, somebody gives you counsel, you don't lay it to heart and say, you know what, let me really consider who the hell is talking to me. Right?
Right.
Let me really sit back and consider what they're saying. Like, is the person literally going on Google and Googling my issue and then giving me the Google answer? Right? She got demons on her. Google search demons, right? And then all of a sudden, demons are fictitious, right? Is that what we do? Like, let me Google that for you, right? How many times? Come on, how many times have you heard me say, let me Google that for y'all? You ask a question in class, you know what? Google. What does this scripture mean? Right? Or what is it? Like, come on, man. The point that I'm trying to make is you have to lay to heart who you're asking and who you're getting the answers from.
Right.
Right? You have to put that really in your mind and say, wait a minute. My husband, he sits back, he studies. He ain't perfect, but he studies. He gives himself. He's dedicated, right? If I'm dedicated, he's double dedicated. Maybe even triple. If I'm immovable, he's the damn pillar, right? You can knock the building down and he'll still be standing, right? If I'm rooted, listen, he's that tree that's been there for 100 years, right? But we don't consider that. So what happens? I know you told me to do something, but nah. In the heat of the moment, and it doesn't matter how big or how small it is. In the heat of the moment, I'm going to just do me. I'm going to do what seems acceptable to me. And that's the open rebellion. That's the open, it says there's a violent or open resistance. Sometimes the violence is just you going against. It's not a violent like, oh, I'm going to punch you in the face and say, no, I ain't doing that. But that grabbing of the authority, because that's what you're doing. You're ripping that authority away from that authoritative figure. Right? And you are taking it by violence because it's being usurped. Now, you have to lay it to heart and say, who am I trying to steal the authority from? Right. Go ahead, sis.
So, if we were to take this to like a situation with a husband and a wife.
Right.
In a rebellious situation, we're in a situation where the wife is being rebellious. Her husband wants her to do something and it's not unrighteous, it's righteous.
Right.
That's what you're referring to. Is
Right.
having that authority.
Or right, but she doesn't openly do the, nah, I ain't doing that. She just does the opposite anyway.
It's her actions.
Right? She don't say, nah, I'm not doing that. She just does the opposite. You see that? She just does the opposite. Or he just does the opposite, or the brother just does the opposite. You like, I told you to make sure that y'all went and do this way. I'll give y'all a perfect situation. I gotta put the heat on these two guys that ain't here. I'm here. Locker Rob's here, Stock's here, right?
That's what you said.
So, put the heat on my two guys. They'll forgive me for it. But as y'all know, we started a new little we started this little delivery service, right? And so I gave them specific orders to make sure that I wanted certain brothers to be with certain brothers. I sent Shabbat, Lamarab, Magun, Hakawa, Yashakar. And I wanted Yashakar to be with this brother. I wanted Lakarab and Shadak to be together. The last thing I told them was do not split from what I told y'all to do. It's the last thing I told them that night, the night before. You know, brothers got to be up at like 5 in the morning to go handle business. So the last thing I let them know was do not change from what I told y'all. There's a reason why I want it like that. And I explained to them why I want it like that too. What did they do? Total opposite. Thinking that we're going to do the opposite because it's going to make the day run smoother. And guess what it had? The total reverse effect. Yeah. Where brothers was out there till 11 that night. Calm. Working. They didn't have to do that. They cursed themselves. And all it was a simple, don't do that. Just do this. We agree. But then they changed and had legitimate excuses, but that didn't matter to me. That didn't matter to the Most High. Saul had a legitimate excuse. Right? But I thought you wanted them sheep. They looked good, right? They was something to sacrifice, right? That's why I brought them. Achan had a good excuse. He might have had no clothes. Right? He might have been broke as hell. See, a legitimate excuse in our mind doesn't mean that it's legitimate to the Most High. So what has to happen? Go to Ecclesiasticus 3:26. And I had to use that situation because I'm showing y'all that we all deal with situations on whatever level. What's that?
You can put it into like children get chastised too, like these teenagers.
Right?
For an example, I'll be telling my nephew like, hey, our apartment complex is not like a great area to be walking around barefoot. And I tell him time and time again. And then he did it, he just dumped some water out and he got glass.
Tia! Right? He ran into you talking about Tia. Foot cut off.
It could have been worse.
Yeah. You got glass in your foot, huh? Yeah, you got, but that's what I'm saying. Like, see, I'm not going to chastise and curse you. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing that I can do. I can't whoop nobody into thinking the right way or thinking or doing what is just being told. Nah, but the Most High. He'll put glass in your foot. He'll keep you working longer than you have to. He will make sure that if you're conscious, you'll see where you messed up at. But you got to be conscious. Because there's somebody got to come back and tell you anyway. Right? Read.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, verse 26. Be not ashamed.
Go ahead. No. Ecclesiasticus, yeah, in the Apocrypha, 3:26.
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Oh, sluck.
Yeah.
3, verse 26.
Read.
A stubborn heart
Right?
shall fare evil at the last.
Yeah, a stubborn heart in the end is going to feel it. But in the beginning, they're like, oh, well, it's all going good. Right? I don't see the problem in the reason to listen.
Right.
I don't see it. It worked. Right? But then at the last, it's like, oh, damn. Whoa. I got glass in my foot. Wow.
And then you'd be
I
like,
should've-
I used to walk around barefoot when I was at home.
Because you come with the excuse instead of saying, dang, I should have just listened. The Most High don't care about the excuse. You know why the excuse is null and void? Because the reproach, the check, the curse already happened. That's why the excuse is not warranted. The proof is in the pudding, right?
That was in detail.
The proof is in the pudding. Read on.
And he that loveth danger
Right?
shall perish therein.
And that's what it seems like, that we love danger. It's like we love the fight. It's like the Most High said, I'll fight for you. We like, nah, Lord, let me take the wheel. I'm a better driver than you. Right? Let me put my gloves on and show these spirits what I got. You ain't been trained. You ain't been exercising. You ain't been running. You ain't been doing nothing. And the one that's been training and exercising, you pushing them to the side. Like, nah, I got this. I got it. But then, when it's time to execute, it's a different story. Read on.
An obstinate heart.
Hey, what?
Obstinate
I
heart.
want you to look up that word, obstinate. And I'll look it up real quick. But it's not abstinence. It's obstinate. It's stubborn. Obstinate. Google.
Here's the definition of obstinate.
Right?
Stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or chosen course of action.
Whoa,
despite
whoa,
attempts to
hold
persuade
on.
one to do so.
Wow, she hit me with all that real quick.
Read.
Hold that.
Read.
Right. A stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion, free thinking, independent thinking, or chosen course of action. Well, I'm going to do this regardless. Even though I'm asking you what to do, I'm going to still do what I'm going to do. Even though you told me what to do, I'm going to still do what I think is right. But he that loveth danger shall perish therein. See, you just stepped out of the safety. Go ahead. What's that?
I have some too.
What?
If you like it.
What you got?
Fixed firmly in resolution.
Right?
Not yielding to reason.
Not what?
Yielding to reason.
See, this person doesn't yield to reason, but their own reason. Read.
Arguments
Go ahead.
are other means.
Right?
Not yielding are not easily subdued are removed.
Right. Now, go back to Ecclesiasticus 3:27.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 verse 27.
Go ahead.
An obstinate heart
Right?
shall be laden with sorrows.
They shall be what?
Laden with
It
sorrows.
says you're going to be laid over with curses and sorrows. You always going to be in gloom and doom. It's always going to be, woe is me. Just trying to make it day to day, brother. You always going to look wore the hell out. You always going to look like your spirit is being drained. Why? Because the blessing of deliverance, you ain't getting that. The blessing of safety, you're not. Let me not say you're not getting that, because it's there for everybody, but you're not allowing yourself to receive that because you're cloaked over with other spirits. You see that? The spirit of rebellion. Watch. Go to Job. Go to Job 8 and verse 6. Job 8 and 6. Dang, the time. Ooh.
Job chapter 8 verse 6.
Right?
If thou wert pure.
Now, see, I want y'all to pay attention here. I want y'all to pay attention. He said, if thou were pure. Now, we know, ain't none of us pure, right? Ain't none of us pure. It says our righteousness is like filthy rags, right? But just get the tone of what he's saying. Read on.
If thou wert pure.
Read.
And upright.
Come on.
Surely.
See, he said even if you had a bit of uprightness in you, where you weren't letting this spirit of rebellion be the thing that holds you up, right? Go ahead.
Surely now he would awake for thee.
Yeah, surely the Most High would defend you. Surely he would awake. But the Most High ain't going to do nothing. He just going to reveal it through instances and through situations that you're rebellious. You see that?
God.
He said he would awake. He said if thou were upright and pure, he would awake for you, man. He would remove those spirits that are around us. He would, you know, I always, man, you know, you ever watch like, I be watching them travel channels, right? And there's one that I'm watching, it's like the Mediterranean life. Then they got the other one, the island life. And you know, I always like when they walk into the house and the house just looks like there's no walls. It's just clear light. And it's just sunlight and breeze. You can tell like it's just, you see like the curtains just flapping, a slight breeze, and it's airy and light. And it's like you walk in and you're like, oh, it's heaven, right?
Right.
That's what I want. It don't have to look like it. It don't have to look like it, but the mentality.
Right.
When you walk into your home and you just, a peace of tranquility. We all should want that. We all should be striving for that. Not saying that you're going to get that. You should be looking for that in people. But if we're all, watch, read again.
If thou wert pure,
right,
and upright.
So if we were all trying to achieve this same level of pureness and uprightness, go ahead.
Surely now he would awake for thee.
Of course the Most High would expel those demons. Of course he would move those spirits out the way. Right?
And
but what happens? Was that it? Go ahead.
And make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous.
You see that? He will make the habitation of your righteousness prosperous. But what happens? Go to 2 Chronicles 20:15. The opposite happens, man. The opposite happens where you no longer have that righteousness of habitation, that joy, that peace, that tranquility. There's a heaviness when you walk in. There's a heaviness in you. There's a heaviness just around. 2 Chronicles 20:15.
2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 15.
Right.
And he said, hearken ye, all Judah.
Go ahead.
And ye inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And thou King Jehoshaphat.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Most High unto you.
Go ahead.
Be not afraid, nor dismayed.
Right.
By the reason of this great multitude.
Go ahead.
For the battle is not yours.
Read.
But the Most High.
Right. Just reminding, the battle is not yours, but the Most High's. But now he's put you in the battle. He literally thrust you in. Or, my bad, you thrust yourself in.
Right.
Go to Psalms 91. Go to Psalms 91 and verse 10. You're going to read through 12.
Psalms chapter 91 verse 10.
Go ahead.
There shall no evil befall thee.
Read.
Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Read on.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee.
Right. See, in the battle, this is what happens. He gives us the angels the charge. Go ahead and protect him. Go ahead and watch his back. Circle him up. Read.
To keep thee.
To what?
To keep thee.
Go ahead.
And all thy ways.
Read on.
They shall bear thee up in their hands.
Read on.
Lest thou dash thy foot against a stone.
But who? But who? Read verse 1.
He that dwelleth in the secret place.
Wait, who?
He that dwelleth in the secret place.
Right.
Of the Most High.
Read.
Shall abide under the shadow of the Most High.
See, you got to be willing to cover yourself in the shadow of the Lord. Not in the shadow of pride. Not in the shadow of envy. Not in the shadow of hate. Not in the shadow of jealousy. Slothfulness. You can't be hiding in the shadow of rebellion. Because that's what's going to cover you. Go to Ephesians 4:17.
Ephesians chapter 4 verse 17.
Go ahead.
This I say therefore, and testify in the Most High.
Go ahead.
That ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk.
Read.
In the vanity of their mind.
See, this all comes from that vain thinking. That when I do what I want, it makes me feel good.
Right.
That when I do what I want, it makes things better. But we all got to humble down to something, right? I mean, think about it. I got to sit here and try to live by every word in this book. Right? And not just this book. There's men above me. There's men beside me. That it's not about me and what I want. If it was about me and what I want, man, listen. Oh, let me look at my watch. At 9:45, what time is it in Florida? 10 o'clock, I'd be on the South Beach right now sipping a mojito in the sun.
Chilling.
Even though ain't no sun out there. I'd be from the sun up to sun down. Sitting on the beach. I'd be a beach bum. I'd be a beach bum right now, man, if it was about doing what I want.
Right.
But we all got to humble down to something. We all got to take the vain things out of our mind and put the things that are going to promote growth and the well-being of others. Because that's what this rebellious spirit, this is what you remove from yourself is, wait a minute, what about now the well-being of others?
Right.
My obedience is good for the well-being of others to see. But that's why the children are rebellious. So their well-being is no longer being looked at. You see that? And all they do is copycat, right? They're copycats. Let's be real. Children are copycats. Read.
Having the understanding
Right?
darkened.
Having what?
The understanding darkened.
Go ahead.
Being alienated from the life of the Most High.
Right?
Through the ignorance that is in them.
What is in us? That rebellious spirit. Go ahead.
Because of the blindness of their heart.
Read on. Of their heart. Read on.
Who being past feeling
have
given themselves over unto lasciviousness.
The most High don't give you over to anything. You give yourself over. When you cover with that rebellion, with that shadow of rebellion, we give ourselves over to these spirits, man. We give ourselves over in battle. Like, yeah, just take me, Satan. I'm here for you. Take me, Satan. Just come live in me, right? Because Satan wants somewhere to live. And sometimes I feel like some of us just, come on, Big Daddy. Come on in, right? We do this. Come on in, right? Go ahead.
Because
to work
all uncleanness with greediness.
Romans 1:28. Romans 1:28.
Romans chapter 1 verse 28.
Right.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge.
This is what it is. A rebellious person, man, woman, or child, they're not about the Most High. Let's be real. Because the Most High is about order. The Most High is about submission. The Most High is about discipline. Right? That's what wisdom is about. It's about discipline. It's about order. It's about, the Most High is about following and doing things the right way. The things that thou hast heard of me, commit unto faithful men that will teach others also. Right? He said, be a good steward of the Lord. Right? The Most High is about following. Follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. I came not to do my own will, but the will of the Father who sent me. It's all through the scriptures. But when we go with our own vain knowledge, we don't lay it to heart the importance of not being rebellious or not having that spirit on us. And listen, we can say this to every spirit that be on us, man. Right? Take rebellion out, pride. Take pride out, hate, envy, slothful. You could interchange any one of these different things that try to attack. You see that? Read on.
God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
See that reprobate mind? Literally nothing gets in. No wisdom gets in there. A reprobate, they're not going to understand the who, what, where, whens, and whys. They don't care. They no longer give any reverence to the Most High. To his will, to what he wants. We don't want to be this. We don't want to be reprobates. Go ahead.
To do those things which are not convenient.
Go ahead.
Being filled with all unrighteousness.
Go ahead.
Fornication.
See, that's another one that we didn't put in there. Fornication, right? Go ahead.
Wickedness.
Read.
Covetousness.
Go ahead.
Maliciousness.
Read.
Full of envy.
Go ahead.
Murder.
Right.
Debate.
Come on.
Deceit. Malignity. Whispers.
Go ahead.
Backbiters.
Right. All these different things. You can interchange rebellion and put these things in there because they're all unclean. Go ahead.
Haters of God.
Read.
Despiteful. Proud. Boasters. Inventors of evil things.
Man, go ahead.
Disobedience.
There it is. Woo, disobedience. Right? See, these are the things we give ourselves over to. When you let one thing take hold, best believe. Best believe there's a few more spirits worse than that one trying to grab on to. Right? Misery loves company. Right? Misery loves company. So you best believe, man, if you continue a rebellion, it's going to bring on slothfulness. It's going to bring on where it says haters of God, because now I no longer want to do his will. I no longer want to do his work.
Right.
I don't see the importance of doing for the Most High anymore. Right? One thing leads to another, and it's a pile on. Watch, read on.
Disobedient to parents without understanding.
Go ahead.
Covenant breakers.
Now that I don't want to do the will, I break the covenant.
Right.
But when you go back to Joshua, if I'm not mistaken, the Most High said, you got to read the story, but he said we broke his covenant in messing with the accursed thing. Go ahead.
Without natural affection.
Read.
Implicable, unmerciful.
Right, go ahead.
Who, knowing the judgment of God,
right,
that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
You see that? Look at Achan. They put him to death on the spot. There was not even no, did you do it or didn't you not? Nope. They were like, oh, it was you? Bro, stone him and everybody that lives in that tent.
Yup.
But before that, we didn't talk about this part of the story. Before that, they went out to go fight. I believe they sent 7,000 men to go fight 300 and lost. Israel had 7,000. They went to go fight 300 in AI and lost the battle. And Joshua comes back, ripping his hair out, ripping his clothes off, like, Lord. Basically, what the hell happened?
Right.
We didn't even send a lot of men out for a reason. What happened? Right. Well, one sinner destroyeth much good. One rebellious person is going to get all of y'all in the crosshairs. And he's going to bring death. Not just to his household, because when you really look at the story, not just Achan's family died. He got other men killed when they went out to go fight. Read on.
Not only do the same,
right,
but have pleasure in them that do them.
Go to 2 Kings 21 and 13. I know I'm going a little fast. I just don't want to keep y'all here all night. But I do want to get through this. 2 Kings 21 and 13.
Book of 2 Kings, chapter 21, verse 13.
Right.
And I will stretch over Jerusalem the line of Samaria.
Right.
And the plummet of the house of Ahab.
Right.
And I will wipe Jerusalem as a man wipeth a dish.
Right. So I'm going to wipe y'all clean. Go ahead.
Wiping it and turning it upside down.
Go ahead.
And I will forsake the remnant of mine inheritance.
So if this is the Most High sentiment for the nation being rebellious, what's he going to do for individuals being rebellious? Individual households, individual people. He going to wipe you clean. He going to wipe you right out of the body, right out of the congregation. Go ahead.
And I will forsake the remnant of mine inheritance.
Right.
And deliver them into the hand of their enemies.
See, I'm going to just let the battle come to you. I'm going to just deliver you up. Meaning, what? Is he going to handcuff you and bring you? No. He's not going to do that. The things that are in you are going to overtake and bring you.
Right.
The negatives that build up in us, the negative spirits, those things bring us to our enemies. It's simple. Scriptures say, agree with thy adversary quickly. Well, because I'm rebellious, I'm not going to follow the Bible. So guess what? I'm not going to agree with my adversary quickly. And he's going to do what the rest of the scriptures say. He's going to deliver me up to the judge and the executioner. Right? But in this case, he is the judge, jury, and executioner. So that's why we get shot in the streets with every traffic stop. Because we are rebellious. Read on.
And they shall become a prey and a spoil to all their enemies.
To all our enemies. So everybody got their crosshairs on us, man. Go ahead.
Because they have done that which was evil in my sight.
Go ahead.
And have provoked me to anger since the day their fathers came forth out of Egypt.
Go back to Joshua 7 verse 11. Oh, here it is. This is what I was looking for. Go ahead.
Joshua chapter 7 verse 11.
Go ahead.
Israel has sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant.
Right, covenant breakers. Go ahead.
Which I commanded them.
Read.
For they have even taken of the accursed thing.
Go ahead.
And have also stolen. And disassembled.
Right, disassemblers. You know the people that just want to go and break things up and cause chaos? Right? They disquiet friends. That's what rebellious people do. You have people that peace and a rebellious spirit come through and he starts to cause chaos amongst friends. Because all this peace, I got to be against that.
Right.
Read on.
Also, and they have put it even among their own stuff.
Yeah, you know, when you look at this, I know it's a carnal instinct. When you look at it spiritually, man, you're trying to mix those demons with righteousness. It doesn't work. He's telling you, you can't put accursed things with clean things. You can't put that with your stuff, right? If your stuff is about righteousness and pure and cleanliness and being holy and set apart, what does the temple have to do with idols? Nothing. What does that stuff got to do with that stuff? Nothing. Read on.
Therefore, the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies.
Go ahead.
But turned their backs.
Yeah, you run. Now you can't even fight, you run. Now instead of being able to stand up, the Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear, right? 2 Timothy 1:7. Instead of standing up, the righteous stand bold like a lion, but the wicked flee when no man pursueth. You see that? Instead of being able to stand bold, because that's all the Most High. We talked about it earlier, right? Now you see how it's tying back in? We talked about that earlier. Sometimes the Most High just wants you to stand bold in the battle. Be still. Just stand there with your chest out. And your head up and at least look formidable. Right? Fake it till you make it, right? But it's not about faking it. It's really about, I got confidence in the Lord. But see, when you overlay yourself with pride, hate, envy, rebellion, lasciviousness, lust, this, that, right? All the things we read up in Ephesians, all the things we read up in Romans, guess what it takes away? Any confidence you have in the Lord. Because those demons are overriding. They're taken away from the power of the sound mind. So now I'm no longer sound. When the trees rattle, I run. Oh, damn. Oh, you look. Oh, that was just the trees. Right? You just shaking every... Damn, scared me, dog. Really? Why? Everything, you scared now. But here, you no longer have that mental fortitude. And we do it to ourselves.
Yes.
Right? Read on.
But turn their backs before their enemies.
Right?
Because they were cursed.
You see that? Because you were cursed, you got no strength. Because you're cursed, now you run where you were just supposed to stand. Read on.
Neither will I be with you anymore.
Right, so your households, your dwellings, I'm not going to bless that. It's not going to be the nice, breezy, airy, light, sunny feeling. It's going to be that dark, gloomy, dross, tarnished. Like, why am I here feeling? What are we doing feeling? Go ahead.
Except ye destroy the accursed from among you.
Now remember, the first thing was something that was made to be destroyed. So that spirit of rebellion, that's made to be destroyed. It can be destroyed. You just got to do the opposite. So, who does the Most High fight for? Go to Job. Go to Job 23:30. Hold on. Nope. Let's make it short. Let's go to... go to Psalms 124:6. Because let's not be naive, man. We are going to be the prey. We are the prey. We are the lambs led to the slaughter. We are the birds in the fowler's nest, in the fowler's snare. We are those people. But check this out. Read it.
Psalm chapter 124, verse 6. Blessed be the Lord, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth.
Not all of us. See, not all of us are prey. Not all of us are made for the teeth of wild beasts. Some of us, the Most High is like, nah, you good. Go ahead, look. Ride on by, baby. Right? Some of us, we live in the valley of death, right, and destruction, but it will not come nigh thy dwelling place. I will give the angels charge. So they could be busting guns right down the street, right on the block. And guess what? Your house is like an invisible shield. Yeah. Right? The blood of the lamb. Invisible blood of the lamb is on your doorpost. Deaf spirits slide right on by.
That's like us. The apartment complex next to us.
Come.
We had a gunfight, like multiple guns involved, and we were fine. We even walked by that house like 3 times that day.
Con. That's what I'm saying. I know y'all's hood. It's, man. I remember when the blackout happened and we were there, I was like, these niggas is really about to get it in. They pull up, gun, oh, I got the big 45, I got the heat on me, I got this, I got that. I'm like, these dudes is really on that. But it don't come near us. Listen, you know how many car crashes and gunshots I hear just from my window? And I'm like, Most High got me in paradise. Because if you blink, you'll miss my house. I love it. I love it. The Most High got me nestled in there. But as soon as I slip up, all it takes is one knucklehead to jump the fence and be rummaging through the neighborhood and wilding the hell out. Because I live in the hood, let's be real. No matter how it looks, I live in the hood, right? But the Most High don't let that come to me. He said it right here. Read it again.
Blessed be the Most High, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth.
Go ahead.
Our souls is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers.
Read on.
The snare is broken.
Right.
And we are escaped.
Verse 8.
Our help is in the name of Yahweh.
Our what?
Our help is in the name of Yahweh.
So the ones that understand and recognize this, they're going to move accordingly. My help is in the name of the Lord, so I got to stay under that name. I got to be known by that name. I can't be known by the other attributes because those ain't going to get me nowhere. Read on.
Who made heaven and earth.
Right. So, just as a reminder, I'm about to close it up. 2 more scriptures. We got to remember what we're building. We got to remember what we're doing and why we're doing it for. This is greater than any individual. This is greater than me. This is greater than the brothers. This is greater than anything any one man can construct. Go to Luke 6:46. And somebody else get me Hebrews 12:25 and hold it. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Luke chapter 6, verse 46.
Go ahead.
And why call ye me Lord, Lord?
Right.
And do not the things which I say.
Yeah, this is Yahweh Shai checking them, man. You call me Lord and Master, teacher, but you don't do what I say. Isn't that pointless? Right? Go ahead.
Whosoever cometh to me.
Go ahead.
And heareth my sayings.
Right.
And doeth them. I will show you to whom he is like.
Right. This man is going to be a smart, studious, prosperous individual. Watch. Read on.
He is like a man which built an house and dig deep.
Hey, because when you build your house, you got to dig that foundation deep.
Yep.
Nah. You know what? I know they said to go 12 feet, but bruh, I'm going to go 6. It's going to work.
6, bro.
I'm going to do 6 feet. I might even do 4, you know, just to show them. Just to show them. Right? Read on.
And lay the foundation on a rock.
Right? Nah. Because sand, that works for me.
Right.
I know you niggas is using rocks and things and brick and mortar. Me, bruh, I'm going to build this in the mud.
Different levels.
Go ahead.
And when the flood arose,
know y'all been through it, right? I know y'all been through the flood, but I wasn't here, so what that got to do with me, yo?
Like, you don't know my experience.
Go ahead.
And could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock.
Go ahead.
But he that heareth and doeth not,
Go ahead.
is like a man that without a foundation built.
You're like a man that tried to build a house without laying a foundation. You just put some wood planks on the floor, put up 2 posts, some straws on your roof, and thought you was going to be safe. How can you build anything without a foundation? But see, that's the epitome of a rebellious mind. They lack foundation. Go ahead.
Built an house upon the earth,
Right?
against which the stream
Right? You put the house on the earth. You ever go into a house that was just built on the earth? They didn't dig down and then lay the foundation and then put the house on the foundation? You ever see that? Like, man, we just gonna lay these tiles right here on the earth. It'll be all right. Right? It'll be okay. My mama had told me, right? The way I did it the last time. But the last time, the house dissolved.
Right.
What's that?
It's like even if you take like bricks and you just put them on the ground, they can move. Like when it rains.
Come on, that's the point.
That's just bricks.
They'll start to sink because as soon as it rains, right? And think about a person with no foundation, they ain't got no cover. The 2 main important things that you need for a house, which is a foundation and covering and walls, they're without. Go ahead.
Against which the stream did beat vehemently.
Right?
And immediately.
Wait, when?
Immediately.
No, it lasted.
Immediately.
See, your rebellion is only going to last so long. The product of the rebellion only lasts so long. Like Achan was killed immediately when they found out it was him. It only lasts so long. Like Saul was removed from being king immediately. The Most High said, I found a neighbor of yours that's better than you. Come on. We don't want that. We don't want, nobody should be looking to be replaced in your duty. Forget about, I got to replace my rib. Forget about that. You should not be wanting to have yourself replaced in the order of the kingdom. Meaning, do I get there or not? That's what it boils down to. It's not about husband and wife. Right? It ain't about that little carnal structure. It's about, wait a minute, is somebody going to replace me for the seat on the big ride?
Oh, man.
We should not want to be in jeopardy of that. But rebellion will get us there. Right? Go ahead.
And immediately it fell.
Right?
And the ruin of that house was great.
Right. And a lot of us are still living with the product of rebellion. We're still trying to pick up the pieces. One last scripture. Hebrews 12:25. We'll end it here. Read. He said,
The book of Hebrews.
Bakar, you hilarious. Go ahead. Hebrews 12:25.
Book Hebrews chapter 12 verse 25.
Right?
See that ye refuse not him that speaketh.
This is a well-placed warning. See that you refuse him not that speaketh. Don't reject his words. Remember when the scripture says in Ecclesiasticus, it says, it's Ecclesiasticus 6, it says, stand in the multitude of the elders. It says, cleave unto him that is wise. It says, wear out the foots of their doorsteps. It says, miss not the discourse.
Godly discourse.
Miss not the discourse, right? Read it verse 25 one more time.
12 and 25.
Right.
Hebrew.
Right.
See that ye refuse not him that speaketh.
Go ahead.
For if they escape not who refuse him that spake on earth.
Speaking of Christ, nobody escaped when Christ spoke. Because everything he spoke came to pass. Right? So you couldn't escape the words of Yahweh Shai when he said, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let the dead bury the dead. Come follow me. But, this and that and my mama and they came up with all the excuses, well, you're going to go away sorrowful. We couldn't escape the words even now because we got to still live by them. So he's reminding us, if you didn't escape the words of Christ, go ahead.
Much more shall not we escape.
Right?
If we turn away from him that speaketh from heaven.
Yeah, man. We're not going to be able to escape the words of the Most High that's speaking from heaven. So, just a reminder that when the Most High says, I'm going to give you up, he will do it. If he says, I fight for you, he will do it. But we determine the conditions. We set the literal stage and say, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and fight for us. Or we say, no, don't fight for us. And this is why you can't fight for me. Because something else is already working in me. All right? So, I don't want to take y'all too long. That was it. I went through all the scriptures except for one. What you want, where it says I put who does the Most High help? I threw in there Job 22 and 20. Job chapter 22 and 23 to 30. I put that right before Psalms 124 and 6. I didn't go there because it was long. Job 22 and 23 through 30. 22 and 23 to 30. That was above the Psalms 124 and 6. Any questions?
Yeah, can I get one?
Yeah, oh, bro.
Yeah. Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 38.
Go ahead.
And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
Go ahead.
And them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn.
You see that? In all instances, you'll be purged. And your works will be purged, and your foundation won't be sure. He said, I'll purge out the rebels. It's going to happen one way or the other, man. But why? Because if you're being purged out, somebody else is being put in your place. Go ahead.
And they shall not enter into the land of Israel.
Go ahead.
And ye shall know that I am the Lord.
Because I spoke it, and I did it. Ezekiel what?
Ezekiel 20 and 38.
Ezekiel 20 and 38 to end it. Definitely needed this class. I needed this class. I needed this class. You'd be surprised the amount of classes I put together for myself. I always got to start with me first. You have to. But any questions? If not, we definitely thank you all for joining us. Yeah, we got class in Virginia tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, so look out for that, and you guys will see us back here on Saturday, okay? All right. If that's it, let's say shalom.
Shalom.
We'll see y'all back here Saturday. Shalom.
Six chill, for real.
Judah, 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 Judah. Judah, 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 Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership